Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl, Absolutely April, here for another reality recap. And today we are doing Ready to Love. It is episode, don't give me the line, episode 9. And the title is Ready to Get Away. I gotta get away. I gotta get away. Shout out to Bobby Brown. I think that's Bobby Brown. But anyways, welcome back to my channel. Again, it's your girl, Absolutely April. I appreciate the viewership, and I appreciate you coming back to listen to my recap once again. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Join my tribe. It's fun here. I like to give some reality recap and give a spirituality spin on it, and just give a little bit of my opinion on what I think is going on in the episode. So again, subscribe, hit the notification bell to let you know when I'm going to be uploading new videos, and comment down below, interact with me, and also share this with a friend. Come on, share it. Get my name out there. Hit the like button, especially if you're enjoying the content. Now let's get into it. We are here for episode 9, and this is called Ready to Getaway. The cast is going on a getaway where they're going to have a lot of one-on-one time and see how they juggle with their connections. So, Samson and Sharice, they're driving to the getaway together, and this couple, this unlikely couple, seems to be pretty much going strong. They're going to the getaway together. Katie and Jamila, they drive together. So Jamila says this for her, she's looking at it as a couples trip. And Katie, Katie is a sniper from the side. Who is the couple? Jamila says, Randall's gonna sleep on top of the covers. She's gonna sleep under the covers, and he might touch her booty and kiss on her forehead just a little bit. So Brandy and Mike, they're driving together, and Trinika is in the back seat. So Mike says it's a little nerve-wracking to see how people are going to look in the morning time. So I don't know if he's scared when he wakes up to Brandy what he's going to see in the morning. I mean, Mike, she's a beautiful woman. What you thought you was going to wake up to Teen Wolf? Like, what's going on? So Brandy says she has reservations, and it could go either way. And if it goes another way between her and Mike, she might just be with Samson. Everybody knows that ain't gonna happen. They have no chemistry. But okay, Brandy, we'll go with that. So Swayze arrives to the house in his charger, and I ain't gonna say little, but in his charger. And anytime I see a man driving a charger, I'm always kind of looking like, I don't know. I'm looking at you with the side eye a little bit. I don't know. It's just about a man in a charger. It's just, I don't know. It kind of gives F-boy energy in my opinion, but I'm not trying to disrespect any man out there. If you're watching my video, if you drive a charger, I love you too. But sometimes I'm just looking at you with a side eye. So Swayze arrives in his charger. Kayla walks in next, and she is both anxious and excited, and you should be, because you are Kayla. I'm sorry, you're not number one on anyone's list. I feel like you should be. I think you're a great girl, but at this point, you're no one's number one connection. So yeah, I can see why I would be a little nervous and exciting for you. So they go on. So then Samson and Sharice, they arrive, and she says she wants to get to know Samson as a man. Again, I've said in my last review, I feel like Samson is not he's showing us his representative. We don't know the real Samson. Samson gives me used car salesman vibes, if I'm going to be completely honest. But hey, I don't know. We will see if Samson ever gives us who he really is. So they go to find their rooms, and the room Sharice finds, Samson tests out the mattress, and he likes the amount of bounce. He said, and on this mattress, you ain't gonna have to do a lot of work. Samson, you ain't gonna do nothing on that mattress. But anyways, Jamila and Katie arrive. and they find Swayze. And Katie and Swayze, they have a little hug going on. Katie says she and Swayze decided to dress alike. So they had on all black with the same shoes on. It looked like they were like black and green Jordan ones, I believe. I'm not a sneakerhead, so I don't know, but it looks like that's what it was. Brandy, Mike, and Trinika, they arrive at the house at this point. And then Trinika says that LJ wouldn't be able to make it because he has a prior work commitment. LJ, that didn't bode well for Justice, so we're going to see how if you can make it through. Randall arrives looking fresh and clean. He finally got a lineup. He got the beard, trimmed. He looks presentable at this point. So yes, Randall looking so fresh and so clean. That's what they should have played when Randall walked in. So he says he doesn't know how he's going to balance his 3 connections. I don't know how you're going to do it either, Randall, but we're going to see how you get it done. So Katie is still beefing with Sharice, but she says she's going to fake it till she make it when it comes to Sharice. So after all the couples arrive, Tommy comes in and arrives to the house to find that LJ is the only one who is going to be on the work trip. And Tommy immediately says, well, that's a red flag. And it is kind of like a red flag, but at the same time, after the show over, I'm still gonna need my job, so I gotta work. So I totally get it, LJ, you gotta work, but could you have moved it? Could you have not? I don't know. So Mike says, in his confession that he sees that LJ is prioritizing love over work. So yeah, okay, whatever, Mike. So Tommy tells the ladies that they have the power to eliminate this week, and for the men to bring their A game. And Tommy tells Swayze not to get naked by midnight. I could definitely see Swayze doing some type of streaking or swimming naked. I could definitely see Swayze doing something like that, because Swayze just seems like he's about to turn up and he likes to have fun. So I like that about Swayze. Let me put this little picture up there. So as a couples, as they start to, settle in, Mike is talking to Katie and he asks, like, why do you only have one connection? Why do you have only one connection? So he's trying to, we all know how Katie likes to dig. So Mike is trying to dig and pick at Katie. And so, why you only got one connection? And she says, that's the way God planned it. That daggone Acadian, I swear. So then she says that at the end of the day you can only have one connection. So she just has a one connection with Swayze and she ain't mad about it. So Cadian is not gonna you trying to get me, I'm gonna get you back. So she goes on to say that she sees Brandy as Mike's wife and Kayla as the hot work mistress. So Kayla says that, I don't know, how do y'all feel about, Katie and, basically kind of, in a way, is a backhanded compliment to Kayla. Like, you're saying that she's hot, but you're also calling her like the mistress or the side chick to Brandy. So do you think that Katie should have brought that up at that particular time? Or should she kind of have kept her opinions to herself? Katie is really like the agitator on this particular season. She is really getting it going. So when she says that, I think Kayla was taken aback. Kayla says that, wife material must mean fat and with the gut hanging over. Now, Brandy may be a little bit fluffier than Kayla, but her gut ain't hanging over. Dang, Kayla, golly. So Katie asked if he was feeling Kayla before, she was feeling him. And he, Mike is umming and ahhing. He, at this point, Katie has flipped it on Mike. So you trying to interrogate me? I'm about to interrogate you. So Katie says in her little cut screen scene that she wants to dig into Mike to find out more about his connections. Why, Katie? Why do you need to dig in to find more about Mike's connection? Are you a plant by production? Because why do you need to dig in and find out why about Mike's connection? What about your connection with Swayze? Well, why do you need to bring that out? I don't know, Katie. I don't know. So Katie asks Mike, what does he and Kayla have in common? And here goes Mike. Mike says he hasn't given an opportunity to see it. Because you can't stop lusting after her, Mike. You can't get past Kayla being your fantasy to even find out what Kayla likes. I think I said that in the last review about Kayla and Mike. You can't get past the lust to find out who Kayla is at her core, and you might really like her, but you can't see past who she is and who she presents herself as. So Kayla says, she feels like he's deflecting. Brandy chimes in and asks if they were alone, would he be able to answer the question? So Kayla looks uncomfortable and says, who knows? Brandy says that that they are not going to do the alone thing anymore, and they are going to be open. And if they feel some type of way, let them know. And if it doesn't, and if he doesn't have anything to say, I mean, that's what it is. So, at this point, Kayla says in her confessional, it seems like that he seems authentic with their alone, but has an issue affirming her in public. That's a big red flag, Kayla. Honestly, like one of the things that I have learned that if you're going to be doing anything, one of my when I manifesting my next husband, that's a big thing for me, to be able to profess your love for me in public. Like, you should be able to, claim me. Why can't you say, like, well, I'm feeling Kayla too, and this is why I like her. And if you can't say it, then like Brandy said, what does that mean? So Kayla says she doesn't think Mike is ready to be honest, and then she walks off. So I hate that for Kayla, because it really does make her look like the side chick and like she's just willing to accept anything. But I know that she is really feeling Mike and she has that chemistry, but Mike is just not, he can't see the forest for the trees. And I feel like it's like a Clifton and Joy situation. And Kayla is the Kia. Like, Mike, stop stringing Kayla along. You and Brandy is with who you want to walk off in the sunset with. Tell Kayla so she can move on and feel, and see what's going on between her and Randall. Come on now. So Brandy makes a toast with Jamila and Randall to making the right decisions. So I feel like, comment down below what you all think, but I feel like there's a little bit of alliance going on with these ladies. I feel like Jamila, Brandy, Katie, they're all like, each other's like they all in an alliance with each other. And Kayla is on the outs of that. So they are trying to really ice Kayla out. They have said that Jamila has said Randall is her man, Brandy has said Mike is her man, Katie is saying Swayze her man, and they're not trying to have anybody infiltrate that. So I feel like they have made some alliances at this point. So Jamila and Randall walk. Jamila and Randall walk to her room as Randall asked her. He's making like little small talk. He said, "Why is your room bigger than mine?" She was like, Jamila says Kayla's room is actually the best. Have you seen it? Like, Jamila, you is really trying to see. You're trying to be, trying to figure out, like, has Randall been to Kayla's room yet? Does he know about it? Like, just ask him, Jamila. Stop beating around the bush. And why are you even worried about it? If you and Randall's connection is as solid as you think it is, it don't even matter what he's doing with Kayla, because you already know what it is between y'all. So Randall says he hasn't, and asked if he needs to go check it out. So, Jamila trying to play it cool at this point. She says, if you want to check it out. And Randall, at this point, he's annoyed because he knows the games that Jamila is playing at this point, and it's annoying. It's little girl stuff. So Jamila it isn't cute. It isn't cute at all. Be direct. Be a grown woman. You say you're 33 years old, which but you're old enough to know at this point, like, stand in who you are as a woman. Be confident in who you are and stop trying to, try to play, do subliminals and trying to catch Randall up. It's not cute. Um, so he asked, why, Randall's like, well, why would you even say that? Why are you trying to put that out there? Like you're messing up the energy between us. And he says at that point, he says he is absorbing energy from Jamila that he really doesn't want right now. He's already feeling like the weight of the world because he got 3 connections. But Jamila, who is his major connection, his number one, his strongest, which he has said from the very beginning, is right now making him annoyed, and the energy is off between them. So Randall and Jamila leave the room and they walk out on the balcony. And Jamila says, this is like a mini vacay. So at this point, Randall is so annoyed with Jamila, like he's not going to give her what she's looking for. He's not going to, say, yeah, it is. He's shooting down everything she's saying at this point. Randall disagrees. He said because he likes one-on-one type stuff and everybody's around, so he doesn't see that as a mini vacation. So he's telling Jamila, well, she was like, well, what would you prefer? He was like, I like one-on-one. I like intimacy. So it's just the way he's answering the questions. You can tell that the energy between them is totally off, but she's trying to salvage what she can, but she can't. She can't right now because Kayla is a thorn in her side at this point. So, Jamila says they have time for that, and Randall says, we'll see, girl. So meanwhile, Samson and Brandy, they share some time. They get some time together, and he asks her about a scratch on her cheek, and she says that it was, from a cat that scratched her. I'm like, dang, what kind of cat that scratched you that you still got a scar? So Brandy says she wants to see what's going on with them and, see about their connection. And she asks Samson, how the trip has been going so far from him. And he says the food has been good. Okay, Samson. It's like pulling teeth to get you to become more intimate. So then after that, he said they have this like awkward silence. So they, it's like, so you're trying to like, okay, what do I do now? Because there is this awkward silence between them. They just really have no chemistry. Just stay as friends. So Brandy asked Samson, about how he feels about moving forward with her after the getaway. So Samson says he loves their conversations. Says sometimes you can get more layers, you could probably get more layers from him, but she's being impatient. But Samson, we are at episode 9 at this point. It's like, come on now, what are we doing? What are we really doing at this point? So Brandy asked if, are you saying that I'm being impatient? And he, kind of backpedals, said, well, not specifically, but he feels like they're on, different wavelengths, and you all are. It's just not there. Brandy, you love Mike's dirty draws, and Samson, you are more attracted to Sharice, and that's just it. Let's just call a thing, and we decide to move forward. We tried, but we failed, and it's nothing there. So, Randall says in his confession that he does see more of a connection with Sharice. So just say it, make it plain. Write the vision, make it plain. You know what I'm saying? Just make it plain at this point. Just say, yeah, you go on with Mike, and I'm gonna go on my way with Sharice, and we're gonna call a thing a thing. So Samson says that, that Brandy is a little spunky for him. I mean, like, okay, Samson, spunky, you showing your age at this point. Now you sound all of 48 at this point, spunky. And Brandy says, you know what, I'm not about to change who I am for anybody. And you shouldn't, Brandy. And I don't know what he mean by spunky, but okay. So Randall sits down with Trinika, and Trinika asks, how, are they doing? And Randall says they're good, but they haven't spent enough time together. So Trinika asks if he wants to spend more time with her. And, Randall says he does want more time because at this point, Jamila is annoying him. So now he's like, okay, maybe I need to rethink what's going on. Let me, see what's going on with Trinika at this point. So Trinika says she knows he has other connections and she doesn't want it to be awkward for him. Boy, when I tell you Trinika knows how to play the game. Mark my words, Trinika is a dark horse in this game. Y'all tried to throw her out before. Okay, she's coming with her A game at this point. She is not trying to hear that. So she's saying everything that Randall wants to hear at this point. This is what he wants to hear Jamila say. And she's not. Jamila is showing crazy, deranged girlfriend. And Trinika is like, I'm coming here so you can be peaceful and you can be calm. And that's exactly what Randall is looking for from Jamila, and Trinika is showing exactly, what she can be for him. So Trinika tells Randall she doesn't have regrets, but from the past, but she uses it as a point of reflection. And so as they're talking, Randall says every time he talks to Trinika, like he leads with like inspiration, and then another layer between them kind of opens up. So he likes the fact that he can go deep with Trinika and have those deep conversations and still feel safe with her and don't have to look behind his shoulders and seeing if she's stalking him. So, and I'm paraphrasing, but I'm feeling like that's what he means. She says if he is going to get to know her, she needs to, she wants to show him who she is. I'm telling you, Trinika, you got it, girl. You are the dark horse. They ain't gonna even see you coming. Now, it would be a situation where, if y'all remember back in Houston, where Jason was with Kayla, and it was not Kayla, Kyra. I'm sorry. So you know how Jason, he was hot and heavy with Kyra, and then they had like a rift, and then Liz came and swooped in. Let me tell you, that would be off the chain if Randall, after this getaway, pursues Trinika and ends up wanting to be with Trinika in the end, just like Jason was with Liz. If that happened, y'all heard it here first on Absolutely April. I have called it. That could absolutely be a possibility. And if it does happen, I am going to reference this particular review because you heard it here first. I haven't heard it on any other the reviews that I watched, but let me tell y'all, it could definitely be a possibility. So Randall says he's seeing Trinika in a different light. So Kayla, Samson, and Sharice are at the hot tub, and Randall walks up. Kayla asks if anyone can remember their first kiss. Sharice says she can't remember like her first kiss, but she does remember her first meaningful kiss. As Kayla is, Randall sits down. Kayla is leaning on Randall. She's playing with the back of his neck. She's doing all the feels. And guess who walked up? Guess who walked up? You got it. GPS Jamila, because Jamila is like, who is touching Randall? Let me go out to the hot tub because Kayla out there touching my man. Girl, Jamila, I'm pretty sure after this getaway you was tired because you stayed on ready. You stayed on ready, girl. And so Jamila walks up, y'all playing games? And when I tell y'all, Jamila, what the energy between Jamila and Randall is that y'all have gotten it in, and now you have been digmatized, and you can't handle another woman possibly getting some of what Randall gave you. And I'm sorry, Jamila, but it's making you look like a crazy stalker. Play it cool. So Jama complains that every time she tries to get alone time with Randall, there's someone hanging on him. And so Kayla asks Randall if he remembers his first kiss. And so they have a little banter between each other. And Randall says that he is nervous because Kayla isn't holding back once she sees Jamila. So Randall is like, I don't know what could happen because Kayla is laying it on thick, no matter if Jamila there or not. So I don't blame Kayla. Like we have a connection. Why should I dull down, my connection and have an intimacy with you because Jamila walks in and she's insecure? That is not my issue. So Kayla asks Randall if he remembers his first kiss, and so yeah, I already said that. So it's like between Kayla and Jamila, Randall's saying it's like the clash of the alphas, the alpha women. So Kayla asked Jamila if she wanted to answer the question, and so Jamila says, I can't remember. So then at that point, after Jamila answers the question, Kayla's like, oh, so you want to? She's talking to Randall. Let's go inside for a sec. Like Jamila, and then they left Jamila there looking crazy. So I know Sharice and Samson are there looking like, what the hell is going on here? Like this is like awkward. I mean, so Kayla jokes around with Randall. They go to Randall's room. And so Kayla is laying all on Randall's bed. And she was like telling him to change. They are waiting for them outside. So that she's just a sniggling and a giggling and all that stuff. So Jamila says she said in her confessional, she is territorial and she notices Randall and Kayla are missing. So she walks back into the house, don't see Randall and Kayla. So she's like, now where are they? They ain't in the kitchen in the common area. So I know good and goddamn well that she ain't in their room. So Kayla is in the room and she's laid out on his bed and her and Randall are sniggling and giggling. So when Jamila finds them in Randall's room, she proceeds to go get her hat and her belongings. Like, so you're trying to make Kayla notice that, oh yeah, my stuff is in here. Let me get my stuff. Like I have plans to sleep in this room tonight, so that's why my stuff is here. So Kayla says in her confessional that Jamila must have a GPS tracker on Randall because she's always around when he is interacting with someone else. So Kayla asks Randall if he's okay because at this point Randall is shut down. So Kayla asks, you okay? And he said, and Kayla asks, well, why is her stuff in your room? It's Randall can't even answer the question. At this point, Randall is hot. He is hot. He is mad because Jamila is really not allowing him to make the decision. She is really like impeding on everybody else's time. Now y'all notice she didn't impede on the time with Trinika because she doesn't even think Trinika is a factor. But Trinika is a dark horse, so you're underestimate Trinika. But her eyes are set on Kayla, and she is determined to make sure they don't have any alone time together because she wants to solidify her connection with Randall. So Kayla says in her confessional that she isn't going to check Jamila, and if he doesn't create boundaries, and then for Jamila, then that's going to be telling with Randall. So moving on, Swayze, Kadian, Sharice, and Samson go jet skiing. So as they're jet skiing, Kadian mistakenly grabs Swayze's private. Girl, that wasn't a mistake. He was trying to see what he was working with. So LJ calls Trinika on FaceTime, and LJ, says in his confessional that he has always put his job over love, and that has been an issue for him. So, as he and Trinika are talking, he's saying, send me a little picture, of your outfit. You better not send that no picture to him, Trinika. If he wanted to see what you look like, he would have been there. So that's on that. Sharice and Samson, they start having their alone time, and he gives her a foot massage. And FYI, Sharice really does have pretty feet. and he starts talking about corn on the cob and stuff as he massaging her feet. I'm like, Samson, cornball? Well, I already knew it was a cornball, but you really showed you was a cornball at that point. And Sharice is trying to get through the conversation about the corn on the cob, but you could tell, like, she was like, what? At this point. So Randall is in his room on the phone, and Jamila walks in again. And so he's, hangs up, and Jamila asks if he's gonna cook with her, and he's like, I don't want to cook. Like he's mad. He's pissed off with Jamila at this point. He is pissed. And so Jamila asks, you mad about the hat? Good God darn well when he mad at Jamila. You knew what you was doing. So Randall says he doesn't even know why she would do that. And she was like, Jamila says, there's a spectrum where people are, and where people should fall in this process. So she's basically saying that I should be further along than Kayla. So why are you even trying to spend time with Kayla at this point? I am your number one. So Jamila, Randall should be saying that. Not you, honey. Not you. You are playing. Y'all know, God, where Ebro in the morning, where he does that little thing and say, congratulations, you played yourself. Jamila, play that. That is you for the getaway. Congratulations, you played yourself. So Randall is upset that she put her stuff in his room. So that wasn't planned. She went and did that on her own, trying to, again, with the whole thing with the rah-rah and giving him a nickname. She's really trying to stake her claim like this is my man, and we are together, and we have solidified our connection, and there is no one else. Jamila is doing that for Randall instead of Randall and her coming to that conclusion and Randall letting his other connections know. She's trying to let Randall's connections know. Randall says, to Jamila, like, I know exactly what you're trying to do. And she asks Randall if it's okay to watch him, be with other, how do you think she feels watching him be with other chicks? I know it's hard, Jamila. I know it's hard. And she said, I can't keep putting up the fake smiles and stuff. She's tired at this point. She has hit a breaking point. And being in this house with Kayla and Shanika is just really driving her insane, because you can tell that they have done stuff outside of the whole process. They have spent one-on-one time outside of the process, and he is really making her seem like, and he might have at that point felt like he was going to choose her. And I don't know if they've been saying, I love you. I don't know. But he has really made her feel comfortable enough that she is the only one. And then coming to the getaway and seeing him spend time with other chicks, that has really thrown her off, because when she was driving down with Katie, and she said this is like a couples trip, and it ain't. It's Randall trying to figure out who he wants, and I guess you didn't get the memo, Jamila. You did not get that memo. So Jamila asked, let's see, where am I? So Swayze, Katie, and Jamila cooked dinner because Randall said he ain't gonna cook. Jamila asked if Swayze is going to cook tomorrow too. And Swayze says he feels like he will go home because he only has one connection. So all the cast arrived for the dinner and everything looks good. Katie and Jamila, everybody, y'all did a great job. It looked very nice and good. So Samson asked the table what brought them to feel like they're ready to love. So Trinika says she spent a decade wanting true love, and last year she cried for 3 months straight, and every day she has done the inner work to not come in a new relationship with any baggage, and she wants to be fully healed from other traumas before she has the relationship, and she feels like she's ready to embrace the relationship that God sends her. And it's really like she said, last year she was in a depression, and I wonder and I wonder if it's just over love. But yeah, 3 months she cried straight. 3 months of, because, and it probably had other things to do, but we haven't gotten that deep with Tramika either. So we don't know what some of the things that she's dealt with, and I would have loved to find out, why, she was crying, like what other traumas has she felt. Word on the street is that she dated, some athletes and some entertainers. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it either. Um, so I really hope Trinica finds her true love if she's in fact looking for that. And Randall was so moved by what Trinica had to say, he had tears in his eyes. Now I don't know if that was cut and spliced by the editors, but it appeared that he was so moved by what Trinica was saying that it brought him to tears. So Randall says so since Randall was, being emotional, they say, well, Randall, you talk about yours. And Randall says, well, he wrote out all of his goals and he achieved all of the goals that he set out to do, but he realized that he didn't have a woman to share his goals with. So, that's when he knew that he was ready, to want love in his life. So yeah, that was good. And Brandy says she's never been in love and she wants to be in love and she deserves it. And you do deserve it, Brandy, but I don't know. I don't know if Mike is that one to want to be in love with, because I don't know. Mike seems like he's still playing a little bit of games, and Mike is coming out of a marriage and a long relationship with his wife because they were high school sweethearts. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Mike is going to be exactly what you need, Brandy. So great. Swayze said, love scares me. And I get it, Swayze. Just take one day at a time. So Mike says he was fortunate to have found what, they are now looking for. And he sees himself as the plug. And he is looking for his soulmate again. And he was, it's a little bit of double speaking because Mike was speaking kind of like in present tense. He said, I have what y'all looking for. And I don't know, it could have just been a slip of the tongue, when it comes to Mike. But like I said, for Brandy, I don't know if Mike is the one that you want to be in love with. You might want to have a little bit, still some guard up and see where it goes and see where, after the show, because clearly y'all gonna choose each other in the show. So see where it goes after the show, but don't just be in love, if you know what I mean. So Brandy was moved by Mike's speech, and she was just enamored by how vulnerable he was. Girl, you already in love at this point. So Randall talks to Mike after dinner about John and says that he realizes that she is more fragile. Put it in layman's terms, you didn't realize she was crazy. So Mike says he saw that on day one. And so Mike tells Randall, it would be good if he would have provided reassurance from the beginning, and maybe she wouldn't be acting the way she's acting. So Randall acknowledges that he has an issue with communication. So they end up going to bed. Mike, and Brandy go to bed, and when they wake up, Mike tells Brandy that she looks beautiful in the morning, and Mike in his towel, was looking like a snack. So Tommy arrives in to talk to the ladies about the connections. So Tommy asks if anybody snores, and Trinica already knows what that means. She's like, Tommy trying to find out who slept together. So Brandy pipes in and say, Mike snores a little. So thus and such saying that she and Mike have slept together. Well, they were in the same room. We don't know if it went down, but they were definitely, in the same room, and they woke up together. So Katie says her connection is Swayze still. He is still her strongest connection. Trinica says LJ, she calls him Mr. Smooth, and Randall, because she likes his strength. Kayla says she's attracted to Randall's emotional maturity. And Jamila says Randall is her strongest, and he is her one and only connection, and that they are being tested at this point. Yes, they are, and I don't know if you done talked yourself out of being with Randall. I really don't. So Brandy says Mike. Sharice says Samson because he's lovable and corny, and that he is. He is very corny. So Tommy asked about the bottoms. So Brandy, Sharice, and Jamila says LJ is their bottom. Katie and Kayla and Brandy says Samson is their bottom. Katie says that she and Randall are more like siblings. Kayla says that Swayze, they never really had a connection. They just really talked when they came to the house. Jamila and Trinika both say Swayze. Tommy calls Brandy. So at this point, Tommy calls Brandy forward because the men have come and it's time to let them know who's at the bottom. So Tommy calls Brandy forward. She reveals that Samson and Swayze are at the bottom. She tells them both the ladies see them as friends, and they were looking for something past being just a homie. So as she's about to tell them who's going home, Tommy steps in and says he will be making the decision of who will be going home and singing. So I don't know who's gonna go home. I don't know if Tommy is going to I won't say punish LJ, but make LJ go home because he didn't arrive. I don't know what's going to happen with that whole situation, and we will see. I don't know if they got some information that LJ really wasn't at a at a work conference thing. So I don't know. It will be revealed in next episode. So how do y'all feel about this episode? Are y'all liking this season of Ready to Love? It's okay. It's been a little lackluster. But it's all right. I can't wait to see the reunion actually because I really want to get some behind the scenes tea on some of the stuff because the way it's been edited is kind of cut up, so you really don't know exactly what happened. But it's okay. I would probably give this episode out of 10. I would say I might get a 7. What would y'all give this episode out of 10? Are y'all liking this season of Ready to Love? I think from what I heard, the next season is going to be in Miami again, and we'll see how it turns out. I don't know, but I really think that there's some some tweaks they need to make on this show. And maybe y'all need to stop reaching out for people to do it because a lot of these people are looking for a come up. They're really not looking for love. They're just trying to, market themselves. And I get it, but it doesn't make for a good show, in my opinion. Maybe they need to go back to how it was on season 1 and maybe season 2 in Atlanta because those seem a little bit more genuine than it does now. So again, let me know what you think. I will be doing Married to Medicine tomorrow. If the creek don't rise, like my mom and them say. But I should be doing Married to Medicine tomorrow, so I can't wait to see what that's looking like tonight. But it's a pleasure to come before you all. If you haven't yet, if you made it this far, like my video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, comment down below, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any uploads. Until the next time, peace.